The seeming fulfillment of every child's fantasy, the Disneyland theme parks have been a global success since the first park opened in California in 1955. Every year, millions of visitors flock to the happiest place on earth to enjoy crazy rides, dazzling parades, and eat ridiculous amounts of junk food. Unfortunately, however, when you combine millions of people with complicated machinery, moving equipment, and human error, accidents and incidents are bound to occur. What may surprise you is that Disneyland deaths are actually more common than you may think. Number 1. Florida Disney. Not suitable for the emotionally unstable. 1992.
While the majority of deaths at Disneyland have been a result of accidents or pre-existing medical conditions, a Disneyland death that occurred on September 12, 1992 was something else entirely. After park closing, a 37-year-old man gained entry into the Epcot section of Disney World, Florida, armed with a shotgun, and took 2 security guards hostage. Evidently, the man's ex-girlfriend worked at the park, and he was distraught over their recent breakup. While the Orange County deputies were able to talk to the man into releasing his hostages, he then turned the gun on himself and fired, resulting in his death.
Number 2. Indiana Jones causes California Disneyland headache. 2000.
Millions of people ride the Indiana Jones attraction at Anaheim Disney every year, and for most people, it's an exhilarating experience. Not so for Cristina Moreno, a 23-year-old Spanish woman who went on the ride on June 25, 2000. Cristina emerged from the ride complaining of a headache so severe that she had to be hospitalized. Doctors then discovered her brain was hemorrhaging. Just over 2 months later, Cristina succumbed to her injuries, causing her family to sue Disney for wrongful death. The family evidently received an out-of-court settlement.
Number 3. California Roger Rabbit takes tragic spin. 2000.
The beloved Roger Rabbit cartoon spin is designed to delight children, but on September 22, 2000, the ride ended tragically when a safety lap bar failed to lock in position. The car's occupant, 4-year-old Brandon Zucker, fell from the ride and was pinned beneath an oncoming car, resulting in severe brain damage that left him unable to walk or talk. Disneyland settled a lawsuit out of court to pay for Brandon's medical care, but he sadly passed away at the age of 13, having never recovered from his terrible brain injury.
Number 4. Deadly California Railroad. 2003.
On September 5, 2003, employees at Disneyland in Anaheim, California, noticed that the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad was making a funny noise. An inspection appeared to show everything is in order, so the ride was dispatched again. This resulted in one of the most terrible Disneyland deaths. A missing guide wheel caused the roller coaster to derail and crash, with the resulting collision causing the death of 22-year-old Marcelo Torres and injuring 11 other passengers. An investigation found the accident was caused by inadequate staff training and improper maintenance.
Number 5. Florida Pluto killed by Beauty and the Beast. 2004.
The Share a Dream Come True parade is a spectacular display of moving floats and a memorable part of any trip to the Magic Kingdom. The parade of February 11th, 2004 was memorable for all the wrong reasons. 38-year-old Javar Cruz, a cast member dressed as Pluto, caught his foot and tripped in front of the oncoming Beauty and the Beast float. Before he had a chance to move, Javar was crushed by the float. An investigation into the Disney death resulted into the company being fined $6,300 US. Number 6. Florida Mission Space Termination, 2005.
An investigation into the death of a 4-year-old boy by the Orange County Medical Examiner's Office found that the child had died after riding Mission Space at Orlando Disney World. Unbeknownst to the parents, the little boy had a heart condition, which caused him to collapse while on the ride. Just 3 days after his death, the child's parents filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Disney, saying they shouldn't have permitted such a young child onto the ride and that the medical response offered was inadequate. The case was dismissed.
Number 7. Evil Whirl at Disney World, Florida, 2007.
On November 23, 2007, a female employee at Disney World, Florida, was in a restricted area of the platform of the Primeval Whirl. Suddenly, the 63-year-old woman fell and was struck by one of the ride's vehicles, causing traumatic brain injuries. Unfortunately, the employee died in a hospital 4 days later. As a result of the accident, Disney World were found to have failed to respond to previous reported safety issues, and as a result were charged with a total of 5 safety violations, resulting in fines of US $25,500 being issued against the company.
Number 8. The final Florida performance of Captain Jack, 2009.
Sometimes, deaths at Disneyland can be caused by something as simple as a puddle of water. On August 6, 2009, the Captain Jack Pirate tutorial was in full swing when a 47-year-old employee at Disney World, Florida, accidentally slipped in a puddle of water and fell, striking his head against a wall. The result of this simple slip was devastating. The man sustained a broken neck and severe head injuries that needed 55 stitches. Despite the best efforts of doctors, he passed away just a few days later from complications.
Number 9. Florida Monorail Disaster, 2009.
The monorail at Disney World, Florida is an essential form of transportation within the park. On July 5th, 2009, a scheduled track switchover failed to occur, resulting in a collision between Monorail Purple and Monorail Pink at the Transportation and Ticket Center station. 6 park visitors and 1 employee were treated for minor injuries, but distressingly, the 21-year-old driver of Monorail Purple was killed. The National Transportation Safety Board found that the monorail was operating fine at the time of the accident, but the track used in the switchover was not correctly positioned. As a result, Disney suspended 3 of the park employees.
Number 10. It's a Sad World at Disneyland Paris, 2010.
October 6, 2010 began like any other date at Disneyland Paris, when cleaners arrived at the park early to prepare the rides for another full day. Sadly, for a 53-year-old subcontractor, October 6 would be his last. While he was cleaning the It's a Small World ride, the attraction was mistakenly turned on, which led to the poor man being dragged and trapped beneath one of the whimsical boats. Suffering from terrible injuries, the cleaner was airlifted to a local hospital, but passed away soon after arriving.
This is Mr.
and Mrs. Fright Nights.
Hope you enjoyed the video.
Please like and subscribe and give us some ideas in the comments below.
And remember, dusk is the monster's dawn.